bright world of YouTube, where smiling thumbnails and upbeat music often mask the truth, one creator stood out with her effortless charm and world-class drumming. Sina Doering, known globally as Sina Drums. With millions of views and collaborations with musicians from around the world, Sina appeared to be the perfect image of online success. But as with many stories forged in front of a camera, the real narrative was hidden just beyond the frame. While her followers celebrated every snare hit and cymbal crash, subtle signs began to surface. Signs that the girl who once seemed invincible behind her drum set might be carrying something much heavier than sticks. And in this investigation, we explore not just the viral fame but the unseen burden that grew behind her smile. Could it be that the loudest thing in her videos was what she was trying to silence inside? Sina Doering wasn't just another kid with a camera and a hobby, she was a phenomenon. Bursting onto YouTube in her teens, Sina captivated the internet with her precise drumming, creative arrangements, and calm confidence behind the kit. Her covers of classic rock, jazz, and metal songs caught the attention of professional musicians and casual listeners alike. She gained hundreds of thousands of subscribers, millions of views, and even inspired aspiring drummers across continents. Her father, a music producer, was central to the project, helping craft a studio-quality sound that made her channel feel professional from day one. With the backdrop of a cozy German countryside studio and an always warm demeanor, it seemed Sina had found a perfect rhythm, blending talent, family, and fame in perfect harmony. But as the applause grew louder online, whispers began to surface that behind the scenes, Sina's rapid rise to fame was taking a toll few could imagine. How could someone living every musician's dream begin to feel trapped by it? At first glance, Sina's online persona was everything a young content creator could hope for: supportive family, gorgeous scenery, and total creative freedom. Videos showed a peaceful life full of music and joy, one that many fans viewed as aspirational. Her father recorded and edited her performances, her mother supported behind the scenes, and Sina remained the smiling face in front of it all. It was an image that seemed bulletproof. But over time, fans began noticing something odd. The videos, while technically impressive, started to feel emotionally distant. Sina's once vibrant energy appeared more muted. Her expressions didn't sparkle with the same joy, and a few eagle-eyed viewers pointed out that her eyes no longer smiled with her mouth. And slowly, questions began to emerge. Was this tight-knit project still fueling her passion, or was it quietly burning her out? What if the very support system that made her a star was the same one keeping her from walking away? While her music was loud and vibrant, Sina's captions and rare personal posts told a quieter, more somber story. Followers began to notice cryptic comments embedded in her video descriptions, brief, almost passing mentions of stress, fatigue, and emotional strain. One post read, "Sometimes the hardest part is pretending you're okay when you're not," sparking concern among her most loyal fans. Reddit threads and YouTube comment sections soon lit up with speculation. Was Sina okay? Was she being pressured to keep creating content even when she didn't want to? Though she never addressed these concerns directly, the contrast between her cheerful thumbnails and increasingly introspective messages was difficult to ignore. To the casual viewer, her smile remained intact, but to those watching closely, it was clear this wasn't just performance fatigue. Something deeper was unraveling. When an artist begins leaving clues in plain sight, are we to blame for not reading them sooner? As YouTube evolved, so did its pressure on creators. Sina, like many others, struggled with the platform's algorithm changes, demonetization issues, and an ever-hungry demand for more content. In candid interviews and Patreon updates, she began admitting the weight of this system. She revealed that despite millions of views, ad revenue was inconsistent, and emotionally, she felt like she was performing for a machine, not a community. Sina confessed that the act of filming, editing, promoting, and uploading had become a cycle that no longer brought her joy. Instead, it triggered anxiety. She was no longer just a musician. She was a brand, a business, and a full-time entertainer. But unlike a job you could clock out from, this one followed her into every room. What happens when the beat that made you famous becomes the very rhythm you can't escape. In a surprising move, Sina relocated to London, leaving behind the cozy German studio that had defined much of her brand. Publicly, she described the move as a fresh chapter, a chance to explore new opportunities, teach drums, and rediscover her identity outside of YouTube. Privately, some fans believed this was an act of survival. Away from the routines and expectations of her home studio, Sina found more space to breathe, but the silence didn't erase the internal noise. She began teaching drumming in person, a slower, more meaningful path that allowed her to connect without performance pressure. It was a life shift that seemed healthy on the surface, but even from London, her posts hinted at unresolved emotions, uncertainty, disconnection, and a quiet sadness that didn't fade with distance. If a change of scenery can't quiet your mind, what else is left to try? When Sina began sharing more honestly about her struggles, her community responded with overwhelming support. Patreon donations surged. Fans flooded her comment sections with encouragement and gratitude. Many told her they didn't care if she stopped posting covers. They just wanted her to be okay. Some even offered emotional stories of how Sina's music helped them through dark times. It was a beautiful show of solidarity. But as anyone who has struggled silently knows, validation isn't always a cure. The love was real, but so was the weight Sina carried. And while she thanked her supporters, she never promised she was healed. The drumsticks stayed in her hands, but the energy behind them was undeniably different. Hook. When a creator's audience becomes her lifeline, what happens if she starts to pull away from the spotlight for good? Over time, Sina's content became less frequent, her captions more introspective, and her once upbeat presence began to fade into something quieter, almost ghost-like. In one now-deleted video, she admitted feeling like a machine on autopilot, churning out performances that didn't reflect how she felt inside. The revelation shocked many. Sina had always seemed composed, joyful, in control. But here she was, admitting the disconnect between her public image and private reality. Fans were stunned and concerned. The truth wasn't a sudden scandal or controversy. It was quieter, more human. A slow unraveling masked by consistent uploads and smiles that no longer meant the same thing. When the final note fades and the camera turns off, what's left for the performer behind the screen? As of now, Sina Drums remains online but markedly more distant. She posts less often, speaks less openly, and maintains a quieter presence across platforms. Some fans believe she's healing, others fear she's slowly stepping away for good. Her story is far from over, but it's clearly in transition. What began as a joyful journey of music and connection turned into a cautionary tale about the hidden costs of creative fame. Sina's tragedy isn't a headline scandal or overnight fall. It's the quiet, steady erosion of joy in someone who once loved to play. And now, as her audience waits, they're not just hopping for another video. They're hopping she finds peace, whatever that looks like. In the end, maybe the greatest performance was the one where she smiled through the pain.